Hi, my name is Agnes and I've been writing a fantasy novel which I call Ritualistic Romance. That is more of a genre than an actual title, and I need to come up with a better title. I'm not certain if I'm going to come up with a sufficient one in this video, but it will be a step in the process. We're just gonna go over some, I talked with my alpha reader about it, about if they had any good title suggestions. There are two that stood out to me. There was Demon Seed, but that's already the name of another book, so I can't use that. Then there were Bound by Blood, which is another book series, so I can't use that either. So, we've got Demonic Attraction, but that has a different connotation than I want, so I'm not gonna use that. Then we've got Trapped by Blood, is probably the one I am mostly leaning towards mostly. Then we've got The Veiled Maiden. Then we have Trapped by Blood and Confined by Blood, but that's sort of the same. Then I have Release Me, but that's... Then we've got Demonic Embrace, which is also... And then Embraced by Blood, Blood Authority, Built by Blood, Blood Over Brain, Risky Business, I written down, but that's all the name of a movie. Unknown Blood. Then there's Embrace the Unknown, which is Rampant Rituals, Bloodbound, but that's sort of like Bound by Blood, Ripples in Blood, and then Maiden of Blood. Maiden of Blood, maybe. So I have this is my list that I have made of all the possible titles that I have. Yes, and I have, as you can see, there are 4 that I have, highlighted. Trapped by Blood, Release Me, Embraced by Blood, and Maiden of Blood. What I used to call it was Ritualistic Romance. And I like the alliteration. I like ritualistic because that's part of the book. And I like romance because that's also part of the book. But that's more of a genre. I just don't think I can call it Ritualistic Romance. I really don't think so. Which one of these 4 options sound the most intriguing to you? I have something about blood in it because that's also topical. Rituals, demons, blood, maiden. Those 4 words are some of the key words in which my book is about. But I'd love to know which connotations you have with each title that I mentioned. What kind of imagery or what kind of expectations do you have when I have mentioned some of these titles? I haven't decided out of these 4. Trapped by Blood, Release Me, Embraced by Blood, Maiden of Blood. By Blood of Blood. Maiden of Blood. I'm not gonna go Maiden of Blood. Trapped by Blood, Embraced by Blood. Then I would say Trapped by Blood. Release Me or Trapped by Blood. They kind of have the same. Trapped, Release Me. Release Me is just not, it's kind of vague. I think I'm gonna go with Trapped by Blood. That's not a Trapped by Blood. That's not a Chinese drama. Trapped by Blood. I don't know. But there is a book called Release Me. So not Release Me. Got it. Embraced by Blood or Trapped by Blood. Maiden of Blood? I don't know. So we did scratch Release Me. Okay. Embraced by Blood. That's also a novel. Embraced by Blood is also a novel. Okay, that's great. So it can't be that either. Okay, that's great. Maiden of Blood. That one is fine. Maiden of Blood. So Trapped by Blood or Maiden of Blood? Which one is the better one of those 2? Okay. There's also Rampant Rituals, maybe. Rampant Rituals. Okay, Rampant Rituals is a contestant. Contester? Embraced by demons. Embraced by demons. Embracing the demon. Embrace your demons. Words with D. Words that start with D. E. Maybe demonic debut. Demonic decline. Demonic deeds. Demonic delusions. Demonic denial. Demonic descent. Desire. Demonic desire. Research done. So we've got demonic something, trapped by blood, rampant rituals, or maiden of blood. New list: demonic attraction, debut, deeds, delusions, denial, depiction, depth, descent, devotion. Demonic something, trapped by blood, rampant rituals, or maiden of blood. And I don't know. I don't know what to choose. So I will be calling it Ritualistic Romance. I'm just gonna write that down. Ritualistic Romance titles. That is it. This is my, you can see, ritualistic titles. These two are no longer. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 options. Yes, because these two are not options anymore. 4 options so far. Yes. But I need to find the title of my book, and this is a step in that process. I would love to know whether you also have trouble. Finding titles for your books. This is potentially a duology, so I need a series name. And I am going to ask everyone who reads this book whether or not they have any ideas for a title or what they think a possible title could be, because I need data to go off of, and then I will have a little questionnaire that they would need to choose which one they think would fit the best at the end. But that is my plan, because I'm not sure my gut is really telling me anything. Yeah, but that is a step in the process, and I'd love to know, do you have trouble too? And I would also love to know what connotations and ideas of the book do you have from hearing these possible titles. Yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.